Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's Vic Slang Hope. And I got another video for y'all today. And in this live, I would like to talk about Black Lives Matter, right? I think some information came out today about how Patrice was spending some of the funds. And I just think it's crazy that this woman is not receiving a lot of backlash. I mean, it's new developments, but I just feel like here goes another example of how we've been bamboozled by a black movement, right? Perfect example. Now some of the information shows, I'll read it to you. It says BLM founder Patrice Cullors paid her baby father $970,000 for creative services. She paid her brother $840,000 for security and a fellow director $2.1 million, and reimbursed the organization $73,000 for a charter flight. Now, for those of you who don't know how like nonprofits work, is sometimes when nonprofits, when nobody's really looking into the money, you can play a lot of games with how you spend money, right? Like you can write everything off. You can write a lot of things off as a business situation. You can pay people. You can do a lot of stuff. It's almost like cleaning money in a way, right? When they're not really watching you. But now that people are paying attention to BLM, right? Ever since they made $90 million and nobody knew where the money went to, now people are looking in. Now people are asking questions. People are saying, yo, what's up? What's going on? And in some cases, it's called an audit, right? So when you bring it to the attention of other people and you get audited, now they are starting to look at your expenses in your organization and how you spend the money. But anyway, this video, I just feel like there should be more backlash about this whole situation. And I feel like a lot of people are silent. A lot of people are not really causing an outrage about this whole situation. A lot of people are not really talking about it. Now, I don't want to make this into a woman and man thing, but I believe that the reason why there's not a lot of backlash on Black Lives Matter is because it was started by a woman or a few women. And we know how people don't like holding women accountable, right? And we know how they can't accept accountability. So, because I look at this like this, I feel like if this was an organization run by men, they would have been dragged through the mud a long time ago. And we see this throughout many different situations. We see when women lie, right? When women lie on men, they don't go to jail, right? When women lie about rape or they lie about crimes that were not committed against them, they don't go to prison. They don't get penalized. But we see what happened with Juicy Smollett, right? He lied. He orchestrated a situation, and guess what? He was sentenced to jail time. He had to go to jail, right? So that and there's a whole bunch of other situations when men get penalized way more harsher than women, even in rape cases, right? When women rape men or they take advantage of men, they are not really penalized. But if a man does it, it's a whole big problem. So this is an issue that we are having, not just, and that's the issue in our society in general, that when women do the same things that men do, it's like they don't get the same amount of repercussion that a man feels. And I think that's one of the main reasons why Patrice, the co-founder or the leader of Black Lives Matter, is not really in hot water like she should be. I think people are still wondering what happened to the 90 million. People are still questioning where's the money. The Trayvon family, Trayvon's family is actually suing her for 20 million. So here's an organization that made a lot of money based on the suffering of fallen children, of fallen fathers, of fallen men and women throughout the country, right, who are black. So they made money off the suffering of people's families. And now, like, so when you're sitting here and people are questioning where's the money, where has the money gone, it's a legitimate question and people have the right to know. So but yeah, I just think that when it comes down to it, is there's not that same level of accountability. And let me tell you this, right? And I think that's the main problem in our community, especially the black community. I think like I always say to y'all, men lead and women follow. And our sisters are having a very hard time accepting and embracing that. And because they're having a hard time, see, look, you know, the white man sitting back and they laughing at this, right? They love this type of stuff. You know why? Because they understand that as long as you have a woman leader, you're not really going to succeed. We're not going to succeed. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people don't want to accept it, but we're not going to succeed with the men following our women. And they know that. And this is why they have emasculated the man and they have empowered the woman so that the woman leads the man. This is all part of a plan. But unfortunately, some of our sisters can't see this, right? They are purposely letting you lead the man because they know they can defeat you. They know they can manipulate you. They know they can control you to a certain extent. So they allow you in positions or they empower you, right, to be able to be in a position to lead your men. And the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, never will a nation succeed that makes its leader a woman. Now, I know some people are not going to like that. I know some of y'all progressive folks can't accept that. But if you look at it, let's just look at it. Cleopatra was the last pharaoh in Egypt, in the Egypt dynasty, before it was gone. Poof, right? She was the last ruler. Some of the Persians have done this too, right? They did this during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Persians made a queen their ruler, and we see what happened to the Persians. We see what happened to the Egyptians, and there's countless, numerous examples that can be given in history of civilizations that have fell, right? And of course, people are going to come and try to combat and say, well, civilization of men have fallen too. It's different. It's totally different, because a man could fall today and rise up tomorrow and still benefit the nation. If we want to be realistic, if we want to look at nations and empires, if we want to look at a whole bunch of stuff in the world that is built, it's built by the hands of man. Like, you can sit here and try to argue it. You can sit here and try to have whatever feelings you have about it. It is a fact. You can look around the world. You can look at the structures that men have built with their hands. So this is not about a competition. This is not about man against women. This is about survival. This is about us understanding that we are at war, and we have people like these organizations like Black Lives Matter who are sucking the blood out the community, right? They are sucking the blood out of the community. And again, like I said, you know, if tomorrow Meg Thee Stallion, they found out that Meg Thee Stallion was lying on Tory Lanez, you know what? She probably not even gonna get no backlash. She probably not even gonna get held accountable. Probably not gonna go to jail. Nothing's probably gonna happen to her. And this is something that just constantly happens in our communities, where a woman get to do certain things and people just dismiss it like, oh, she's just a woman, you know, she's just being emotional, you know, she's just this. But when a man does something, it's a big problem. Cardi B came out and said she used to drug men. She used to set men to get robbed. She said, hey, what up? She used to rob men. She used to set men up to get robbed. She said this out of her own mouth. She said she drugged men, took advantage of them, raped them, did all type of shit to them. No backlash ever came out, right? R. Kelly, on the other hand, we seen what happened to him. People dragged him through the mud. Bill Cosby, a whole bunch of people. So it's clear, it's proven that men do not get held accountable. I mean, women do not get held accountable the same way men do. And I could give you a whole bunch of examples. And I feel like it's the same thing with Black Lives Matter, right? There's a lot of money that people are wondering what happened to this money. What's going on with the bread? Where the bread at? Where the 90 million at? Like, what have you done? Who did you use this money on? Because clearly it's showing that you paid your brother $140,000 for security. Ain't that much security in the world. You paid him $140,000. Now, people don't even know if this was a span of the whole time of the Black Lives Matter movement, or if this was just within the last few years. So they don't really know, but stuff gonna keep coming out. You know, what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light. So I'm just saying that I feel like more people need to be dragging the co-founders of the Black Lives Matter movement, because they basically have been using this money. And then she used the terminology saying white guilt. She said, I admit it, I made some mistakes with the white guilt money. Like, and I get it. Some people are gonna try to say, well, white people do it all the time. We're not talking about white people. And I think it's foul to be using the death of some of these children, of some of these men, of some of these women, make money off of it, and then give yourself a good lifestyle with it. I think it's messed up. I think it's some con artist shit, and we see this all the time happen in the Black community, right? We see these fake leaders, and I think a lot of people wanted to believe in these women because they're like, oh yeah, finally the women are leading the fight. The women are in the streets marching. The women are out there doing this. The women, and it's like, we're not gonna succeed with leadership in the hands of our women. Now, that's not to say that women can't advise us, or that women can't stress their points or bring up their concerns. That's not what that means. But when it comes to protecting, defending, when it comes to laying the ground for our freedom, when it comes to certain things, like it's certain people gonna lead the fight. Certain people just gotta lead the fight, and I think that's the main problem. The problem is that our sisters don't want to follow the men. They have a big problem with that. They have a big problem with obeying. They have a big problem with listening to. And like, you see it all the time. You tell a chick something, you tell one of these chicks something, and they ready to fight you. They want to get in your face. They want to fight. They want to like get in your, they want to act like they're a man. Some of these girls want to even hit you. And then the moment you snuff her, or the moment you slap her, or the moment you do something to her, is a problem, right? You're supposed to be a man. You're not supposed to do that. So we see it all the time. We see these arguments with these girls getting into physical fights with their man. We see these girls, when the man tell her go left, she goes right, or she wants to argue why I gotta go left, or like, and there's always something, because they can accept authority. And I think that's the big problem. They cannot accept authority. And my whole thing is this. I keep telling the men, if your woman has a problem obeying you as a man, leave that woman. Stop trying to persuade her. Stop trying to get sense into her head. Stop trying to plead with her why she should listen. Nah, leave that woman. There are some sisters out here, it's not a lot of them, but there are some sisters out here who don't have a problem listening. There are some sisters out here who are willing to be your peace. There are some sisters out here who not going to put you through that. So I keep telling brothers all the time, leave them women alone. If they want to feel like they're at war with men, if they want to continue to be the weakest link in the community, if they want to continue to be agents of the state and make it hard upon their man for us to come together and do certain things in the community, and I'm not removing blame from men, I'm just talking about the women right now. But if they want to continue to be moving like ops and not get the big picture of how they using them against us, if they don't want to get the big picture, they want to keep acting like they enemies towards us, then we have to treat them like they are enemies. We gotta treat them like that. Why we keep trying to plead? Listen, when you know a dude is your op, when you know somebody in your group of friends is an op, and he moving a certain way, and he moving shady, and he moving sus, you gotta deal with him accordingly. You gotta treat him as an enemy. Why we keep trying to negotiate with these terrorists? Yeah, I'm gonna use the word terrorists. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact, bro. I see it all the time. I see these chicks all the time, man. You know, and then they say things like, oh, I'm toxic, and they think that's cute. They be like, yeah, I'm a little toxic. Or they say like, oh, if a man can't handle me, or they say things like, a man can't handle me, or they say, oh, you got to be able to handle me. Like, nah, nobody got time for that. And I know I don't want to make it seem like I'm going away, but I'm just saying all of this stuff is connected. All of this stuff is connected to leadership, to these women stealing the money, because that's what they are, right? This is the co-founders of Black Lives Matter. I don't care what they say. I believe they did some shady stuff. Patrice already admitted that she messed up in certain things, but more stuff gonna keep coming out, right? As they gotta prove what they spend this money on. And so far, they bought a lot of houses, they luxury cribs, right? And they did a lot of funny stuff with the money. So the point is this: if these women keep acting like our enemies, and they don't want to get the big picture, and they don't really care about our survival as a nation, as a community, as a race, as a whatever, then we gotta let them be. Let them be. Let them go about their business. Let them go about their business. Yeah, let them be, because you know what? These chicks say this all the time, right? They tell you they don't need a man. They throw it in your face all the time. They say, I don't need a man. And that's what I tell y'all. Make sure y'all ask women, when y'all first get to know them, ask them if they need a man. If a woman says she does not need a man, leave her. Go about your business. Yeah, man, this dude is like, you know what I'm saying? If a woman says she does not need a man, leave her. Let her go about her business. Let her go about her business. Don't bother with her. Because a woman who feels like she doesn't need you, she's not going to respect you. And I made this video. I made a shorter video about this yesterday or 2 days ago. She's not going to respect you if she feels like she doesn't need you. Another thing is this. A lot of these women love saying, I don't need a man. If you are of the mindset that you don't need a man, do not sit here and complain how black men don't support. Do not sit here and complain about talking about black men do not protect black women. You just told me you don't need me. So don't come to me trying to get my protection. Don't come to me trying to get my help when shit get real. Don't come to me trying to get any favors. You know what I'm saying? Don't come to me trying to tell me why I'm not helping you, why I'm not looking out for you, why I'm not doing certain things. You know why? Because you told me out your own mouth you don't need a man. So if you don't need a man, don't sit here and complain about black men are not protecting black women. Why should we protect you? You just told us you don't need us. You just told us you got this. You know, you told us you're making your own money now. You going to school now. You know, you got toys. They make toys for y'all like every week. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't even need sex from us. That's what y'all telling us. You know, they make guns. Y'all could buy guns. Y'all be saying y'all could tote guns and y'all could do whatever, right? All right, so go ahead. Go ahead. Keep your degrees, keep your money, keep your toys, keep playing with yourself, right? Get your own form of protection, get your little pepper spray, get your knives, get your guns, and handle your own business. Stop complaining about black men not doing shit for black women when y'all don't even respect us. Y'all don't respect us, and y'all say y'all don't need us. So that's what I tell the brothers all the time. That's what I tell the brothers all the time. If a chick feel like, you know what I'm saying? If a chick feel like they don't need a man, all right, hold it down. Hold it down. Hold it down. You don't need a man? Cool. Don't call. I tell them all the time. The chicks that feel like, oh, niggas ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. When they get real, don't even look my way. Don't look my way. Don't look my, I'm telling you right now, because I'm going to keep it pushing. Don't look my way. Facts. I'm not helping y'all. Y'all the ops. Yo, stop coming over here trolling, man, before I block you, Willie. I'm saying you ain't gonna be trolling on my channel, man. When it's a troll night, it's a troll night. When it's serious business, it's serious business. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about whether toys is the real thing or not. Some girls, some girls claim that they don't need men. So they use their toys, they use whatever they use, you know. And so that's my whole point. My whole point is it's cool, man. It's cool, man. We shouldn't be on Clubhouse. Yo, stop bringing up my past, man. They don't call me VC no more, man. They call me Brother Love. Nah, but real shit though. On the real, I just think that, like, let these sisters be. If they feel like they don't want the authority of a man, if they feel like they don't need a man, if they feel like they don't respect him and they don't want to be under him, that's cool. Because at the end of the day, biology is biology. No matter what they preaching in society, no matter how many genders they try to come up with, or sexualities and all this weird stuff going on, the facts is the facts, regardless of what people think. Men lead and women follow. Men lead and women follow. And if a woman in her mind, in her narrow mind, she cannot accept that she was created to be your helper, and she cannot accept that you were meant to lead and she was meant to follow, then get rid of her and get somebody else who is going to appreciate your leadership, and who feels like she needs a man because she understands the world that we live in. So on that note, I'm about to get up out of here. This is not going to be a long, drawn conversation. I just wanted to share that. So hopefully, and I'm gonna add this. Hopefully, men do lead and women follow. The thing is this: men also have to be better at their leadership. A lot of men are not real leaders. A lot of men are lacking in their masculinity, and a lot of men don't have the tools to lead properly. So, but overall, men still lead and women follow. Now, you as a woman, you have to recognize, like, you know what? This is why the father of the woman is the one who meets her mate and talks to him, because a woman moves off feelings. She moves off her emotions. So a man is not going to move like that. So when your father talks to that man and he asks him, what you want with my daughter? How you going to support my daughter? What you going to do? You know, when your father has that man-to-man conversation, that man can't trick your father. That man can't beat him in the head, because your father's not coming from an emotional place. Your father is coming from a place that he wants what's best for you, being his daughter. You know, so this is why it's so important for your father to be the one who marries you off. But a lot of women grow up without their fathers. A lot of our fathers is not in the household. So a lot of women, don't have that man, that guardian, to kind of like meet the potential spouse, to even get to talk to them and cross-examine them, if you know, for better words. So that's the whole point. The whole point is, it's hard for women to really tell what is a real man, because she's not a man, and she's operating in her feelings and her imagination. And a lot of times they don't have the father to kind of like decipher that. Even if it's not your father, it could be your brother, it could be your uncle, it could be some of these things. But you're right. A lot of these dudes are super feminine. A lot of these dudes do be behaving like women. But again, that's all part of the plan. If your man is in jail, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I already made a video giving advice to women who men are in jail. Me personally, like, I'm not dealing with no girl while I'm in jail. I don't want the headache of dealing with a woman while I'm in jail, because then you're wondering what she's doing outside in the street. And I tell women this: if you're gonna be in the life of a man that's in jail, be there. If you're not, don't be there. That's it. It's no in between. It's no when, you know, after your period is gone and you feel good about yourself, you want to be there, but then when your period is on, you mad and you got your attitude and you don't want to be there. Like, it's not about up and down. Like, it's about either you're gonna be there. If you're not gonna be there, then don't be there, and that's it. And I say that all the time. So anyway, with that being said, like I said, men lead, women follow. But women, you gotta try being a little better at vetting these men, because a lot of times y'all be ending up with the Pookies and the Ray Rays, and then y'all want to blame men, and y'all want to say, oh, men ain't shit. But in reality, you ain't shit because you picked them. So sometimes you end up with an ain't shit person because you ain't shit yourself. So anyway, with that being said, if y'all like the video, like, let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comment section. Share the video. Till next time. Peace.